Hi, this is All Helmet, and now we are going to start from chapter 14 because we have done up to chapter 13 in the previous chapter. So, the 14th chapter name is First World War and the Nationalist Response. It's a small chapter, so starting about its summary. Home Rule League movement manifestation of a trend of aggressive politics and national movement was pioneered by Tilak and Annie Besant on the lines of similar movement in Ireland. आयरलैंड को देखा देखी करके इन्होंने यहाँ पे इंडिया में भी शुरू किया था. फैक्टर्स फेवरिंग द मूवमेंट नीड बीइंग फेल्ट फॉर what are the factors favoring need being felt for popular pressure to attain concessions, disillusionment with monumental reforms, wartime miseries, public ready to protest, Tilak Besant ready to assume leadership. Aim of the movement क्या था? To convey to the common man the concept of home rule as self-government. Tilak's League started in April 1916 and operated in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Central Province and Berar, had 6 branches. Besant's League started in September 1916 and operated in rest of the India, had 200 branches. Methods used: organizing discussions, reading rooms, propaganda through public meetings, newspaper, pamphlets, posters, etc. Positive gains क्या थे? Emphasis shifted to the masses permanently. Organizational link established between town and country prepared a generation of ardent nationalists, influenced moderate extremist reunion at Lucknow in 1916. Now the Lucknow session of INC in 1916, extremists were readmitted to Congress, readmitted. Muslim League and Congress put up joint demands under Lucknow Pact. Congress accepted the League's position on separate electorates. Importance of Montague's statement is attainment of self-government for Indians became a government policy. So that's the end of this chapter. I will explain those things in details later. I'm just trying to tell you that these are the topics which we have to learn. I'm just giving you the overview of the entire modern history. I'm repeating it again and again. Now it's chapter number 15, that is emergence of Gandhi. Why nationalist upsurge at the end of First World War? Post-war economic hardship, nationalist disillusionment with imperialism worldwide, impact of Russian Revolution, Montagu Chelmsford reforms में क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं? Diarchy in provinces, 2 लिस्ट बनाए गए, reserved and transferred for administration. Reserved subjects were to be administered by the governor through executive council and transferred subjects to be administered by ministers from legislative councils. Extensive power to governor, governor general and secretary of state for interference. Franchise expanded, powers also extended. Governor general to administer with an executive council of 8, 3 to be Indians in this. 2 lists for administration, central and provincial. Bicameral Central Legislative Assembly as the lower house and Council of States as the upper house. Now, what are the drawbacks? Diarchy arrangement too complex and irrational to be functional. Central executive not responsible to legislature. Limited franchise. Sense of betrayal by the British, especially after Rowlatt Act. British promises of reward after war failed to materialize. Nationalists disappointed. Gandhi's activism in South Africa 1893 to 1914. Set up Natal Indian Congress and started Indian Opinion. Satyagraha against registration certificates. Campaign against restrictions on Indian migration. campaign against poll tax and invalidation of Indian marriages, Gandhi's faith in capacity of masses to fight established, he was able to evolve his own style of leadership and politics and techniques of struggle. गांधीज अर्ली एक्टिविज्म इन इंडिया क्या क्या था? चंपारण सत्याग्रह 1917 का, जो आप सबको पता है, फर्स्ट सिविल डिसोबीडियंस, अहमदाबाद मिल स्ट्राइक 1918, फर्स्ट हंगर स्ट्राइक, खेड़ा सत्याग्रह 1918, फर्स्ट नॉन कोऑपरेशन, रॉलेट सत्याग्रह 1918, फर्स्ट मैसिव स्ट्राइक, मास स्ट्राइक, जालियांवाला बाग मैसेकर एंड द इंक्वायरी कमिटी. Now that's the end of this chapter. Now the chapter number 16 is non-cooperation movement and Khilafat Andolan. Khilafat non-cooperation movement, 3 demands: favorable treaty for Turkey, redressal of Punjab wrongs, establishment of Swaraj. टेक्निक्स यूज्ड क्या क्या किए गए? बॉयकॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट रन स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, लॉ कोर्ट्स, म्यूनिसिपैलिटी एंड गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज, फॉरेन क्लोथ्स, लिकर, setting up of national schools, colleges, panchayat, and using khadi. Second stage to include civil disobedience by non-payment of taxes. Nagpur Congress session December 1920. Congress goal changed to attainment of Swaraj through peaceful and legitimate means from attainment of self-government through constitutional means. Chori Chora incident February 5, 1922. Violence by agitated mob prompted Gandhi to withdraw the movement. That's the end of this summary of the chapter number 16. So now it's time for the chapter number 17, that is emergence of Swarajists, socialist ideas, revolutionary activities and other new forces. Swarajists and no changers. Swarajists advocated council entry after withdrawal of non-cooperation movement with an aim to end or mend the council. No changers advocated constructive work during transition period. Emergence of new forces during 1920. Spread of Marxism and socialist ideas, activism of Indian youth, peasants' agitation, growth of trade unionism, caste movements, revolutionary terrorism with a tilt towards socialism. Activities of HRA or HSRA established in 1924. काकोरी robbery किया उन्होंने 1925 को, reorganized 1928, Saunders murder 1928, bomb in Central Legislative Assembly 1929, Azad killed in police encounter 1931, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru Sukhdev hanged in 1931. Broadened view of HSRA क्या है? In later years ideology moved away from individual action towards socialistic ideals. Socialistic ideals, revolutionaries in Bengal. Attempt on life of Calcutta Police Commissioner in 1924. Surya Sen's Chittagong Revolt Group and Chittagong robberies 1930 को किया था उन्होंने. So that's the end of chapter number 17. So it's now time for chapter number 18, and that is Simon Commission and the Nehru Report. This chapter is more interesting. Chapter 18. Now Simon Commission came in 1928 to explore possibility of further constitutional advance. Boycotted by Indians because no Indian represented in the commission. Responses of various groups or Ambedkar's memorandum, impact of Simon Commission, ये सारी चीजें हम लोग पढ़ेंगे इसमें. Nehru Report 1928, first Indian effort to draft constitutional scheme, recommended dominion status, not separate electorate but joint electorate with reserved seats for minorities. linguistic provinces, 19 fundamental rights, responsible government at center and in province, responses of various groups. ये सारी चीज़ें हम लोग पढ़ेंगे आराम से. I'm just telling you that. And one thing is also, I forgot to tell you that listen my videos in 1.25x speed, so that you could save your time, because I am speaking slowly just to make the words clear to you. So chapter number 19 is Civil Disobedience Movement and Round Table Conference. This is also an interesting chapter. Yes. Civil Disobedience Movement and Round Table Conferences. Calcutta Congress Session, December 1928. 1 year. So guys, thank you, and I will continue after the next in the next video.